This is Drake Maye, arguably one of the best players in college football right now. And today we are going to predict Drake Maye's junior season. Drake is from Huntersville, North Carolina, playing at Myers Park High School. He had first recently picked up an Alabama offer and he absolutely committed. And I mean, who would turn Nick Saban down? I mean, I can't find you one, but I mean, Drake absolutely has that dog in him. As you can see, look how he rolls out of that pocket and put that ball on the money. He will go all the way for 6, but shortly, Mack Brown had became the head coach at the University of North Carolina. And things have changed. Drake Maye decommitted and committed to the University of North Carolina. And after setting out one season behind Sam Howell, the next season Drake Maye was a Heisman contender. And as you can see, look how he was running that ball up that field and he was absolutely breaking records. And not only having one of the best targets on his team, Josh Downs, it's time to play Drake Maye's junior season. Let's get into it. Going into Drake Maye first practice in his junior season, he started off intense. As you can see, he boom, got up that sideline with bad intentions, and look how he dropped back in that pocket, rolls out of that pocket and throw it across his body to Morales, and he gets up that field. Going into the next play, he rolls out of the pocket again, and it's going to be a running season. He hurdles up and oh my God. And coach told Drake, great practice and you're in no danger of losing that starting position. Going into North Carolina, first game against South Carolina on 3rd and 13, Drake Maye rolls out of the pocket and he will run that ball. And as you can see, he bounces it back outside, but he will get tackled. Then down to the goal line, 1st and goal, Drake will tuck that ball and go in for 6 early on. On 1st and 10, he has a read option and boom, get out of my way, and he will get rocked, but he did run him over. But on 3rd and 19, Drake rolls out of that pocket again and just look at that arm with your knot, and he throws a dot to Bryson Nesbitt. But going to the next one on 1st and 10, he delivers another dot, and this time it's to Josh Downs, his main receiver. But on 1st and 10, as you can see, he bounces it out, juke and weave. Oh my God. And this year is North Carolina year. They are coming out hot against SEC South Carolina, and Drake is still delivering. This time it's again to Bryson Nesbitt for 6, and now it's 27-27, and I would deliver a dot to Antoine Green to end them boys off. Drake gets player of the game with 5 total TDs. Going to our next game against 1-0 Middle Tennessee, Drake Maye starts it off intense with connecting to Gavin Blackwell early on, and on 1st and 10, he was sitting in that pocket. He didn't have any targets, but he found one, Josh Downs. And do you know what that is? A first down. But on 3rd and goal, Drake Maye will tuck the ball with a read option and going for 6. But on 1st and 10, he rolls out of the pocket and he will tuck that ball. And as you can see, juke and weave. Oh my God. And I mean, as you can see, Drake Maye has been in the lab all summer working on his athleticism. And I mean, he is crazy out there. But he also get risky at times. On 1st and 10, he runs the ball and hurdles up. Oh my, he could have got hurt right there. But on 1st and goal, he will roll out of that pocket and throw a dot to Bryson Nesbitt. But going into the next one on 2nd and 10, he dropped back in the pocket. He dropped back kind of far, and he rolls out left, and as you can see, he makes a miss, but he gets up that left sideline. Boom! Get out of my way, and he almost goes for 6. And not only that, he's been working on skill training, but he has also been in that weight room, as you can see. But on 2nd and 4, he drops back in that pocket and delivers the blow to Gavin Blackwell. He goes for 6. Ooh, going to win the game. Drake ends the game off with 4 total TDs. On to our next game against 2-0 Georgia Tech. It's time to give them their first loss. But Drake Maye connects with Bryson Nesbitt early on. And I mean, that tight end Bryson Nesbitt is starting to become Drake Maye's favorite target. The Georgia Tech said they had absolutely enough. They were rallying that ball, and as you can see, they got us with a safety, and that was not good. But on 1st and 10, Drake wanted his get back. He got up that field and almost got that first down. But he said he had something better. On 1st and 10, he connected with Kamari Morales, and he got in for 6. But going for the 2-point conversion, because we wanted a 3-point ball game, we sure did, and we dropped back down and gave it off to Elijah Green for 6. But Drake will end the game off with 2 total TDs. On to our next game against 2-1 East Carolina, we got that all black on, so you know what that means. It's gonna get ugly. And Josh Downs take it for a pretty big gain early on. But on 1st and 10, Drake rolls out of that pocket and he sees nothing but that end zone, and he will hurdle up, but oh my God, he fumbled the ball and they will recover it. Coach Chip Lindsey has been getting on Drake about it, and he told him, do not try to hurt yourself when you're out there on that field. On 1st and 10, Drake took matters in his own hand and went for a pretty big game. But on 1st and goal, he will roll out of the pocket again, and he hurdled up and get it, said, I got you, coach, I got this. But on 3rd and 4, he will go in with another TD, and I mean, he's absolutely running it up. But on 1st and 10, he absolutely rolls out of the pocket again and throws a bomb to his main receiver, Josh Downs. Drake will get player of the game with 3 total total TDs. On to our next game against 3-2 Virginia Tech, Drake had a read option and he juke and weave it. Oh my God, he got off that field with bad intentions, but on 2nd and 10, he will roll out of that pocket. He almost ran it, but guess who he delivers it to? Josh Downs get that ball and will get up that field with bad intentions, but on 1st and 10, he will roll out of that pocket again, and guess what? He will deliver a dot to Antoine Green. I mean, the stats that Drake had last year, he is absolutely gonna break it this year, and I mean, he will be a top pick in this NFL draft. And they have to get back. They lost to Clemson in the ACC Conference Championship, so this year, when they go to that Conference Championship, they are gonna get that ring, but Drake delivers a dot to the running back, and he goes all the way for 6, but on 2nd and 8, he rolls out of that pocket, and he see one man to beat, and he juke. Oh my God, he made a miss, but he breaks a tackle and gets hit. Here, as you can see, we are up 21-7, and on 1st and 10, there were no option, but somehow, some way, Kobe Pasor got wide open and toe-tapped in the back of that end zone, but on 1st and goal, Drake will take it in, and he was absolutely fired up. Drake will get player of the game with 5 total TDs. On to our next game against 4-1 Miami, did not start off well. Drake absolutely pitched it to the linebacker, and he took it for 6, and the game just wasn't going our way at the beginning. But on 1st and 10, he will roll out of that pocket, juke, oh my God, and he will get up the field and lower his shoulder. Drake Maye is trying to be the next big thing coming out of his family in North Carolina. Luke Maye is known for hitting that game winner shot on the basketball team for North Carolina. His brother was absolutely a dog, but on 1st and 10, he will roll out of the pocket again and get up that sideline, break a tackle, and he could, and he would almost go all the way. Here, as you can see, on 1st and goal, he would take it in for 6 on a read option, but on 3rd and 9, look how patient and look how great that O-line is blocking and holding up, and he completes the pass to Elijah Green, and he will go all the way. On 2nd and 11, Drake Maye wanted it all on a read option, juke, weaving. Oh my God, he gets up that field and goes in that box, and he gets player of the game with 5 total TDs. On to our next game against 3-3 Boston College, on 2nd and 10, Drake delivers a dot to our new receiver, QET. He did not get in for 6, but on 1st and goal, Drake was sitting in that pocket, and he absolutely faked him out. He just ran the ball in, but on 3rd and 5, he rolls out of that pocket, and as you can see, he was scanning those targets. While Drake rolls out of that pocket, he also looks down the field, but oh my God, look at that speed. He was absolutely gone. But going into the next play on 2nd and 14, this DN was coming hard, and Drake throws the ball away, but there's bad news. Drake Maye went down. And after that hit, they said he sprained his shoulder, and his arm just wasn't right the rest of that game. He absolutely threw an interception, and things were not going well. There were only 37 seconds left on the clock, and it was kinda over. We will go on and lose our first game against Boston College. Drake will go on to end the game off with 2 total TDs. On to our next game against 6-1 NC State, the battle of the Carolinas. Drake started off intense by hurdling the end zone early on, but on 1st and 10, he faked pump fade and told the receiver to go up the field, but bam, oh my God, juke. He will get hit, and that was an absolutely great run from Drake Maye. And this is absolutely going to be a running game for Drake. He will tuck that ball on 1st and 10. He didn't find any targets. They were all clamped up, so he went in for 6. But on 1st and 10, he absolutely found a target and completed the pass to Kobe Pasor for 6. But on 2nd and 10, he was dropping back in that pocket, and he was waiting till somebody came open. And as you can see, he would deliver the dot, and he would drop the ball. I mean, come on, man. You gotta catch that. He put it right in your hands. But on 1st and 10, he was sitting in the pocket again, and will he find a target? He will so, and it's Gavin Blackwell, but we will go on to lose our 2nd game in a row. But Drake will end the game off with 4 total TDs. On to our next game against 6-3 Virginia, on 2nd and 10, Drake Maye hit that hole, and he saw that end zone, and they was at home, and that crowd was roaring. But going into the next play on 1st and 10, he sat back in the pocket and delivered a dot to Josh Downs. I mean, just look at the dot. It zipped right through his hands. As you can see, on 2nd and 3, he gets down back to the goal line and rolls out of the pocket and goes in for another TD. But on 1st and 10, he delivers a dot to Gavin Blackwell. He will almost go, but he did not. But on 2nd and goal, Drake will get a read option and give all praises to the Most High. And I mean, North Carolina was absolutely running the score. He delivers another dot to Bryson Nesbitt this time, and they get back down to the goal line on 1st and 10 is going to Josh Downs. I mean, they are playing patty cake. Everybody is getting that ball. And Gavin Blackwell goes in with another one. But Drake gets player of the game with 7 total TDs. On to our next game against 7-2 Pittsburgh. It's the battle of the ACC. On 1st and 10, Drake Maye was absolutely breaking tackles and getting down that sideline, but he absolutely gets to the goal line, and on 2nd and 1, this linebacker tried to get him, and he was stiff armor for 6. I mean, every time we strike, Pittsburgh strike back. But on 2nd and 10, what was they thinking? Josh Downs wide open down the sideline, and he will get hawked and put down. But we get down the goal line on 1st and goal. Drake May will break a tackle. He said, "You get off of me," and he will take matters in his own hands and go in for 6. But on 1st and goal, he will come down that middle, and he was coming hard, so you better get out of his way. But just when things were going good, on 1st and 10, Drake pump fake and rolled out of the pocket and lost hold of the ball, and Pittsburgh will get that ball on their side. And the teammate came up and said, "Hey man, you good, don't drop your head." But now it's 24-24, and I throw a dot to Antoine Green down the field. And Drake May is not gonna back down. He's been in situations like that. We will score, but they go up again. And on 1st and goal, Drake will take it in himself for 6. But we're going into overtime, and on 2nd and 6, he's coming. I break a tackle and absolutely throw a dot to Josh Downs. But it's 52-45. I told you every time we score, they strike back. But I throw a dot to Antoine Green, and he will go on for 6. But we need one more because they didn't score this time. I throw a dot to Josh Downs to end them off. And Drake goes to end the game with 8 total TDs. On to our next game against 6-5 Old Dominion, we are going to treat them as bums. And Drake May absolutely hurdles, but he gets hit. But on 1st and goal, he will get a ball to Elijah Green, and he will go in for 6. But on 1st and 10, he connects with Bryson Nesbitt. But on 1st and 10, he will roll out of that pocket again, and guess who's wide open? Antoine Green. I mean, here as you can see, North Carolina is now the number 11 seed in college football. I mean, they're off to a great start, and they have to keep it up. They cannot lose one more game. They cannot lose any game. To make it to the ACC Conference Championship, North Carolina has to win every game that they play. But on 1st and 10, he gives it off to Elijah Green, and oh my God, he could and he would go all the way for 6, and we will go on to win the game. And Drake May gets 4 total TDs. On to our next game against 5-6 Duke. On 1st and 10, Drake May will roll out of that pocket and deliver a dot to Elijah Green. And this is the battle of who's got the better basketball team, and you know it's gonna be UNC Tar Heels. But on 1st and 10, Drake May will absolutely get up the field. I mean, his speed is getting faster and faster. But on 1st and 10, he rolls out of the pocket and delivers a dot to Bryson Nesbitt. I mean, we're absolutely gonna blow them out. We drive down the field again, and Elijah goes in for a 0-yard TD. He walked in the end zone. But on 4th and 1, I deliver it to Marion Hampton for 6. But on 2nd and 10, Drake May will roll out of the pocket and find Josh Downs. We will go on and win the game, and Drake is player of the game with 3 total TDs. And guess who we're playing for the ACC Championship? NC State. On to the ACC Conference Championship and getting our rematch against NC State. This is gonna be the best game that we ever play. We are gonna blow them out, and Antoine Green takes it for 6 early on, and Drake May breaks the passing yard school record in the conference championship game, and he passed up Mitch Trubisky. But on 3rd and 10, he was sitting in the pocket, and as you can see, he will break one tackle, get back up that sideline, and he could step out of bounds, and he would. And on 1st and goal, as you can see, he rolls out of that pocket, and who's gonna be faster? Instead, he throws it to Bryson Nesbitt. But here as you can see, on 3rd and 1, Drake May rolls out of the pocket, and he will find Josh Downs. I mean, Josh Downs are burning these DBs, and look at that scoreboard. It's 21-0 in the conference championship game. I told you this was going to be the best game we ever played in. Oh my God, Drake May just got tripped up. But on 1st and goal, I will find Kobe Pessor for 6. But on 1st and 10, Drake May will roll out of the pocket again, and guess who he finds? Antoine Green. Who's going to win the game and kneel the ball and end them the old-fashioned way? And Drake May gets Heisman. And I mean, this was an amazing season, and he is going to be a top 5 NFL draft pick. I mean, this is the end of Drake May Jr.'s season. He absolutely balled out, but drop in the comments down below, where do you think he will land in the NFL draft?